Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Listen, people, wow, please, before you do anything, hit the like button, subscribe and share if you are new. And we are in a very important moment tonight. The semi-final second leg, Arsenal go away to PSG. Can we turn this tie around? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not confident, like some people. But listen, it is what it is. We got to go over there and we got to try and turn this 1-0 deficit. Listen, the PSG ground, the fans there, bro. I've seen the flares. I've seen how passionate these fans are. The ultras over there, they're absolutely on a different level. So, bro, you know, look, Declan Rice has come out and said, like, you know, you have to have the gonads to go over there and do it. Yeah, he believes that we can turn this around, and if it's anybody, it would be our captain, Mr. Declan Rice. And Arteta obviously wants to make history. If he does it, yeah, people are saying make a statue. But listen, we're only at the semi-final stage, last leg of that. We have to then, if we do get through, face Inter Milan, who, what a game last night. I didn't see it in its entirety, but my WhatsApp groups were popping off. And when I saw the extra time and Inter Milan, Inzaghi, I'll take that guy at my club any day, even Ansi Flick, I'll take him at my club. Yeah, these guys are top class. Not only that, bro, we're going up against a top-class manager tonight in Luis Enrique, who has managed Barcelona, who's got numerous amounts of trophies. And Arteta, you need to prove your worth. Yeah, you need to prove your worth. But listen, I'm going to stop waffling on because straight after this show, 10 to 8, I will be doing the live watch-along to the PSG. So I'm not going to be messing around it. But the show will last for about an hour. And we're going to just get right into it. So listen, I'm going to stop talking now and bring in Mr. Big D. And look who's in the house. Look who's in the house. Mr. Kofi.
I'm still smiling. Still smiling.
Yes,
the
brother.
The champion. Listen, look, Chelsea did a guard of honor for you. And
to be honest, I don't know why they did it. I didn't want it from them. I want it from you guys.
Why? Why do you want it from us?
Just to show that we're the better team, you know.
Wait, everybody knows that, Cole. Everybody knows that, man. So what's your problem? Yeah, I don't get it, brother. You know what I mean? Look, Mikel Arteta. I mean, listen, D, you saw that article. I think you posted it, but I also posted it as well. Mikel Arteta. Yeah, can you believe this, Kofi? The cheek of this guy. Yeah, I don't know what planet he's on. Yeah, but if anybody's plugged into the Mikel Arteta matrix, yeah, man's come out and said, yeah, after talking about trophies, he said, the guy talked to him about the trophies and saying, like, you know, is it time that Arsenal needs to start winning trophies? And he said, well, if you look at it, you know, the lowest points tally in terms of Liverpool, winning the title. And then he turns around and says that they had a lower points tally winning the league this season than we did in the last 2 seasons. So in that retrospect, we would have won the league 2 years on the bounce. What's this guy on?
I mean, the audacity, Norman.
But look, we'll come into that before we deal with the deluded man that he is. Let me bring in. I'll say, Big D, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right.
Yeah.
The weather's been
cool.
Hit and miss, man. It keeps dipping cold. That's why I got a hoodie on. I'm cold.
Yeah, man.
I refuse to kick in the central heating. You know the ones. I said, no, man. They can't be kicking the central heating in me.
Not till July, August, yeah. Yeah, when you just turn that off. You know what I mean? But
don't worry, we've been getting all kinds of weather here.
Yes, it's all over the place.
Crazy,
it's all over the place. Last week was nice, and then this week, you know, it just
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But the nights are cold. Yeah, the nights are definitely cold.
Yeah, definitely. And Mr. Kofi, yeah, man, good. Mr. Kofi stopped the champions elect.
Phase one. Phase one.
Yep, absolutely. Phase one. You're absolutely right, bro. You are in phase one. Phase one is called champions. Yeah, Mr. Slot came in, did the business, and big up to you. No excuses. No excuses about injuries. No excuses that the fact that he was lucky to go through a season injury-free. I'm not hearing it. Well done. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, then it was not one of the being the best league this season campaign. But at the end of the day, I don't care. You're lifting a trophy and we are not, right?
Look, you have to beat what's in front of you. You have to,
exactly.
You have to play because no game is an easy game these days. You know?
No. Listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Big up, Junior. What you saying, man? What you saying, bro?
Yes, Junior. Big up, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Listen, Junior, big one tonight, man. Can we do it? Can we turn it around? I don't know.
Ultras, boy.
Ultras
are waiting for you.
The Ultras are waiting for us, man. They are waiting for us, man. They are waiting for us big time. But look, before we kind of go into the show, obviously on the menu tonight, listen, it's a pointless, but it's the Prem review, player ratings, how your various teams got on. Ref watch. Was there anything that you thought, caught your eye over the weekend? And last chance saloon for Arteta and Arsenal. PSG second semi-leg incoming. And after a disastrous season, these two teams have had they could potentially win the Europa League. Arsenal fans turn away now. Yeah, Arsenal fans turn away now. There are two teams that have had the most disastrous season, and one of them could potentially lift a Europa League. That is crazy. Yeah. And have a successful season. Whereas we could finish second or probably third. I mean, it's looking more likely that we could finish third or fourth because Man City, who have won now more games than us, one of the most disastrous season, could win a FA Cup. I hope Crystal Palace do it, but they're probably favourites to win the FA Cup. They will have a better season than us. Yeah, Man United could have a better season than us. Yeah, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. And obviously, the what's going on prediction results game week 35 and the what's going on fantasy Prem shout out by Big D. So look, before we go into one thing guaranteed tonight, Odegaard's going to have a stinker. Yep, yeah, definitely. This man just goes hiding. He needs to show up. He needs to absolutely show up as a captain. But listen, I mean, look, he's come out. With statements saying, "Oh, we're going to go there full gas." Yeah, Odegaard, but it's about us going there, over there, and taking it to them. Listen, well, you need to take it to them, and you need to stop hiding. Yeah, you need to stop hiding. Yeah, so let's see what happens tonight. Yeah, let's see what happens tonight. You need to be honest. This guy needs to be taken out the firing line because when you look at him, people, that man looks like he's lost weight. He looks like he's lost weight. I don't know if you've seen him. But this guy looks like he's lost weight. It looks like he's under a lot of pressure. So listen, we'll see what happens tonight. The team news, I don't know if it's out yet. If it is, Mr. AFC always put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Big up to Shane Guna doing absolutely big stuff. Up, I mean, hopefully going on his show tomorrow. The Bruised Banana, great. He's doing the full Irish breakfast. The morning he's doing well. Please subscribe to this guy. Doing real bits, you know what I mean? Great guy. Yes. So, Kofi, listen, there's a certain man that I know you're champions and all of that. But there's a certain man, 20 years, in the making, and it said, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to New Pastures Green. But listen, saying all that, this guy, when you look at his medal tally and see what he's won. You know what I mean? You can't take that away from me. I mean, the fans at the moment, are a little bit split on it. But the way I look at it, Kofi, is that this guy is done. He's played for Liverpool 20 years from a child. Yeah, is giving everything he wants. He wants to try something new. But a lot of the fans are saying, "Nah, you know what I mean? Oh, great, the news is not out yet. Okay, let's see what. We're gonna know what the level is anyway, Shane. You know that, mate. You know that." What are your thoughts on your guy Trent leaving? And will it be a big miss, or can Conor Bradley come in and do something? Because listen, let's face it, he's £100 million player. Not only that, Real Madrid are trying to see if they can buy him, sort of get a buyout clause, because obviously his contract ends at the end of June, but they want him to play in the World Cup, Club World Cup in June. So Liverpool are looking for some kind of compensation. So yeah, man. But yeah.
You know what?
I don't get it. What are your feelings? Because I don't know
what your feelings are. Like, he deserves a new challenge, because you can't always stay at one club, and because you just think about it and say to yourself, how can I go again? And sometimes it just becomes a little bit too much. But he's done everything. Like, he's given his all. He's been passionate. And I look at it and say, because someone made a comment and said about Steven Gerrard. Now, if he had been tempted and gone to Chelsea, like, everybody would have hated him and been on his back and everything like that. But he didn't win any Premier League with Liverpool. So you got to give it hats off to Trent, and just good luck to him.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at what he's won, he's like won 2 Premier Leagues, Super Cup, a Champions League, Carabao Cup, you know what I mean, FA Cup, he's pretty much won everything.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, why would fans like say, "Oh no, you owe us," when he wants to try something different? Do you know what I mean?
He's given us all. He's given us all, and he's been consistent season after season when he's been in the team. So yeah, I mean, I think Liverpool again, they're being a bit salty because wanting something just as a compensation, knowing that they've messed up throughout this whole process.
And, I was going to say, get your thoughts on the way they've handled this whole contract situation with Salah, with Virgil. Listen, you've locked both of them down, which is great, but you know what I mean, it could have been different. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't probably been a happy bunny. You know what I mean? But what I would say, it didn't really distract your club from winning the Premier League. You know what I mean? They were focused. They got on with it. They were playing for your manager, which is really great. But you've got to point your fingers back at the owners, and they can't do this. You know what I mean? Listen, Virgil and Salah, probably give it another 2 or 3 years. They're gonna have to start looking, because after those 2 or 3 years that they have with them, it's going to probably be likely they go to the Saudi league, or even maybe Juve. Juve like picking up like a free transfer, don't they? You know what I'm saying?
Of course. But you know what? If you really look at it, Real Madrid don't really have to opt in to give Liverpool anything. They can just say, you know what, we'll just wait until July and just let it just go through.
Because the Club World Cup, because I think what's happened is a clause where in the Club World Cup, you've got a period where you can register players. Yeah. So you're playing in the group stages or whatever it is. So by the time he gets there, Real Madrid are likely to the knockout stage in advance. I don't see, I was
thinking that, Norm. Yeah. They should just register him. Like, if he's, if it's a done deal, just you register him.
Yeah,
he's going to keep himself in. Well, he's still going to play the remainder of the Premier League, so he's not going to be unmatch fit. It's just about adapting to a new system at Real Madrid in terms of the way Liverpool play, the way they play. So, like, to actually pay money to get him before the end of the Premier League season, don't make any sense. That's the whole point is why you signed him on a free transfer. Then to go and pay money to Liverpool, that sounds a little bit retarded. You know what I mean? Like what are you doing? Just wait. Register him. Wait. He's still in his playing season, so he's fit enough. And it's just about adapting to a new system and teammates at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's it's a nothing thing, isn't it? I mean, there is now I was hearing, now Kofi might know this, I was hearing that they were offering him decent money to stay at Liverpool. I don't know how true this is.
Yeah, I mean, the contract that they were proposing to him was in and around the 85 million over the next 5 years.
Okay.
And he would have been getting a lot more than what Madrid are offering over a 6-year deal.
Yeah,
Right,
because they're paying him less. They're paying him less.
Yeah.
So it's not about the money then, is it? It's not about the money.
And
That's not about the money. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
He wants a new challenge, according to him. He's quite emotional when he did say, and you could see. I didn't think that it didn't feel fake to me. It felt quite genuine. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think at the end of the day, he wants to try something new. Now the question is, when he goes there, will he be able to slot in seamlessly, or the pressure of playing for a club like Real Madrid? He's going to be there playing with Jude Bellingham, and the likes of Mbappe and Vinicius Junior. You know what I mean? So, will he fit in, or will it be a bit of a you know what I mean? What's your thoughts on that, quickly, guys?
Well, then again, it depends on the manager that's going to come in, because if potentially Madrid's are going to go for Xabi Alonso,
that's right.
Then he might fit in quite comfortably, because there has been good relationship. They've worked together through Liverpool, so so it could be that he does have a good career, but then you never know. Like Michael Owen, how many games did he play when he went to Madrid? He was on the bench most of the time.
What about Steve Manaman?
Steve Manaman, he had a good career, relatively good career.
It was better, wasn't it?
Yeah, won some Champions Leagues.
Yeah, I mean they love him over there, don't they? They love him. They love him. Do you know what I mean? And maybe he can be an hero over there. I mean, listen, when you look at his in terms of his goal contribution and his assists, you know what I mean, as a right back, it's amazing. Do you know what I mean? I know Klopp, like towards the end of last season, he was trying him in that kind of inverted midfield role and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, his slot comes back in and he says, "Nah, you're playing at right back." I mean, he's not the best defender in the world, but going forward, his free kicks, and between him and Robinson, one on either flank, and those were the ones that were most creative, especially under Klopp, because the balls were coming from the flank. Yeah. But I mean, do you think is he gonna be a big miss? Or do you think Conor Bradley can step into his shoes, or do you have to go out because Conor Bradley a little bit injury prone, or will you need to go out and maybe go and find? I mean, you're not going to go and spend 100 million. We know that your FSG, you're not going to be spending that kind of money.
No. I think you've always got to have backup. So I definitely feel that Conor's position still needs someone who can slot in, because obviously he's going to have his moments where he's going to be injured. And, if we're offloading guys like Joe Gomez and who else? There'll be a few of them in the squad who are going to probably exit the club and move on. But, we need to bolster as well. And I don't feel Liverpool going to bolster too much over the summer.
I mean, Shane here makes a good point. He says Trent will do well in Madrid. His defensive weakness won't be exposed, and he'll have more time on the ball to pick up passes. And that is a point, because listen, Real Madrid, they're going to have most of the ball, so that side of it, he probably won't have to worry about. So he'll probably be like ranking up the assists. You know what I mean? When he goes over there. I mean, Ez, what your thoughts on Trent saying finally goodbye after 20 years, boyhood club, won all the accolades he can, fans are split. The fans are split on it, because I think it's almost like they say that, he owes them something. I'm thinking, does he? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. What your thoughts quickly? And big up to you for coming on, and how you doing, bro?
Yeah, man. Big up everyone. Normski and Pat, everyone. Big D, Kof. Yeah, man. I mean, thank you, Trent, for handing out 3 points for us on the weekend. We needed it more than you did. You know what I'm saying? It's only right. And for that reason, Trent, fill your boots. Real Madrid's got 400k for you. Yeah. all seriousness, I don't think he owes the fans anything more. I can understand why fans would be upset that he's leaving, but I think he's done. He's won the club in his heart. You know, he's won the cups. He's played out. He's been available more than not.
Yeah.
You know, normally when Real Madrid come knocking, it's hard. It's really
exactly.
hard.
Do you say no?
That loyalty thing in football, Normski, is very rare, man.
It's okay. It's okay kissing the badge, but and say I'm happy and I want to win trophies here. But at the end of the day, you know, Real Madrid have a different knock, and you know, we've got to worry because we've got William Saliba, you know, looking over his shoulder.
Bro.
Just before we commence, here is the team news. Raya is, he said Rata, but it's meant to be Raya. Pause. Timber, Skelly, Saliba, Kipior. So the back four, they are Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Moreno. So Moreno, our IT solution, will be playing up front. We knew this is what he was going to do. You know, if
very predictable, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very predictable. I don't know who's on the bench. If you care to let us know who's on the bench, that would be absolutely great as well at AFC always, or Shane, whoever can get their hand to it, and we'll see what sort of bench we've got. And what we're saying about the PSG, I'm sure Dembele's fit to play, so that's going to be trouble for us. You know what I mean? Listen, we'll come to Arsenal in a minute, but yeah, sorry, it's going back to what you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, also, it's not just leaving Liverpool. Real Madrid are selling you a dream, like. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but at their training ground, they've got these hotel suites.
Yeah,
man. Family and that can watch.
We know about that.
Yeah, for every family. Yeah,
every family's got one.
Ridiculous. Mad, bruh.
It's
mad. Levels, mate. It's level.
Yeah.
On top of, they probably told him from when you Kofi, you guys probably couldn't reach an agreement. They probably told him, look, we're going to put a nice number in front of your salary if you come for free. If we don't have to pay a fee for you, we'll put a nice number in front of your salary. Yeah. Not just that, but a little bit of a bonus to sign on. Not just that, your mate Bellingham's here. Not just that, we're going for other signings in the summer. Do you know what I mean? They're going to try and tap up Saliba, maybe even Saka. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so go on, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, it's just... it's shown the incentives that come along with Madrid. It's absolutely mad.
Do you know what I mean? Plus, you almost got guaranteed a cup every season, if not every other season. You know what I mean? You look at that CV. Hold on, I've won everything possible at Liverpool, boyhood club. Gone over to Real Madrid in my prime. Gone on to win over there as well. You know, when he retires. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Gone are the days of the Stevie Gerrards, you know, the one-man club guys. You know, it's not. Even me, Cole Palmer, I expect in 5 years he'll be gone. Saka, Norman, we got to wait and see.
Yeah.
Same for Saliba. You know what I mean? It's gone are those days.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this whole one-man club thing, and you know, I look at our club and. You know, Saka is going to kind of be looking over there. And if Trent goes over there and starts winning stuff, you know, they're in the England camp together. Man's going to be in the England camp. Say, Saka, I've gone from Liverpool to Real Madrid, won a couple of more cups, and you're still at Arsenal and won nothing. One nout. Yeah? But we got our manager.
That's going to be the manager.
Bro, we got our manager talking about, you know, Liverpool. Did you hear this rubbish? Right? Did you hear this rubbish?
Embarrassing, man.
What are your thoughts on that? No, seriously, what's going through the man's head? What are your thoughts when a man turns around and says that Liverpool wins with a lower points tally than Arsenal did in the last 2 years? So my question is, well, Arteta, where did you come last year? Second, and the year before you bottled it. So why are you bringing that up? Because everybody is tapped into the Arteta matrix, and when you get sucked in there, bro, you've seen my streams where every now and again the Arteta matrix comes on, bro.
I can't lie. I'm a fan of Arteta, but I don't agree with those comments. I don't agree with those comments.
What? Just quickly, it still baffles me why you're a fan of Arteta. I don't know if it's because your missus is an Arsenal fan, and if you don't say that, you'll probably see a frying pan in your head. Right? No, for real. I just want to know why you are a fan of him. What has he done?
As a football man, I can see that what he's doing with the players he's got to do it with is he's probably overachieved. He's got a lot of the fan base believing, and the reason why you feel like he's underachieved is because he's made it so that it looks like you are a lot closer than you are. What I've got to say is that a lot of these players before he got Arsenal were no ones. Saka, he's developed to become maybe world class now. You get me? Gabriel, who was he before he joined Arsenal? Saliba, who was he before Arteta started managing him? These guys have got their names through Arteta's management. Now, I agree, Norman, that he needs trophies to back all of this up, and that's where he's fallen short. But as a manager, he's on track. He's always been on track. I think you need to give him some.
When you say he's been on track,
yeah,
right. We're coming up into our 6th year. Yeah. At what point does he come off the track?
Well, you only need to look at Kofi and Klopp to know that.
Okay, so let's talk about Kofi. You know your manager, right? Your manager came in, right? Was it 2015? Was it 2015?
Yeah, back end of 2015.
And the first 2 years you got into
we did Europa.
You got into finals, didn't you? Yeah. So you so I see that as progression because you got into finals and that. But you got to remember that Klopp has won stuff. Arteta hasn't. Yeah, that's the first thing. You're bringing in a rookie manager to potty train on our club. Yeah, right, man.
Yeah, but apparently, Norm, he's brought unity though. Norm, he's brought unity.
He's brought what? Sorry, he's brought unity.
Norms, this what on my other group, this what the younger fan base are telling me. Yo, Big D, you olders need to relax about Arteta. He's brought unity to Arsenal. I said, the objective, right, is to win trophies or to bring unity.
Well, if I wanted the Unity Cup, if I wanted the Unity Cup, you will do that. You understand? I get that.
And that's what I'm saying about trolling. This is the youngest.
I love the fact that Arsenal had their song. What's their song? We are together.
North London
That's
forever.
why you bought the dog, no.
Hold
the
on.
dog was psychological.
Let me bring some facts to you.
Look and win.
Let me bring some facts to you for a second, Normski.
Sorry,
remember,
it's good.
The manager you wanted before Arteta, which is a serial winner, by the way, is Ancelotti, right? You remember you were saying I should have come to.
Okay, so I know Arteta, you're going to go. I know you're going with
Arteta should have gone to Everton and built up his trade, and Ancelotti should have come to Arsenal.
Okay. Yeah.
But I've just watched Arteta outclass him twice, home and away. That same manager.
Okay.
That same manager, outclassed. Okay. If we're gonna give him stick for losing,
we caught Real Madrid on an off day, but yeah. Go on.
No.
But Ez, if you go back 6 years, and look what Ancelotti has won in the last.
I'm not questioning Ancelotti. But I'm saying the manager. If we're gonna
okay. So Ed, so hold on, Ed. So Arteta called Ancelotti on an off day, beat him twice. So does that make Arteta?
You can't be an off day twice, though.
Okay. Does that make Arteta better than Ancelotti?
No, I'm saying
if you had a choice, let's make it straight, black and white. If you had a choice, and somebody came to you and said, "Would you take Ancelotti or would you take Arteta? Who are you going for?"
I'm going
sorry, just a minute, I need to say that again.
I'm going Ancelotti.
Why are you going Ancelotti?
Because he won a title at my club.
Because you want a title at your club, right? Exactly. Right. You see. What you have to understand is that you guys have different standards for your club. But when it comes to Arsenal, give him another thing. It's a journey. It's going on.
I'm saying to point the finger in the right place, Norms. You have to talk to your board. You have to. That's. I can promise you. I promise you, Norms. Until you change the mentality upstairs, it doesn't matter who you bring in. They just take.
You're telling me if we brought in Big Berta, the cheese wire, he's gonna sort it out. He's already said, "Yo, Jorginho."
That's a start.
Jorginho, Jorginho, you ain't staying here to do your club, whatever your badges or whatever. Go along to Flamenco or wherever it is, and go and play over there for 3 years.
That's a start, man.
That's the start. But you're saying you're essentially saying the reason why we're bad as a club is because of the board.
Yes, you're not serial winners. You're not telling. You see.
So you're telling me if Ancelotti came in or Inzaghi came in, right, and managed these same set of players, that we wouldn't win something.
These same set of players, no. You've got 2 fantastic players out of the bunch. 2. Maybe 3. I'll give you 3. Yeah.
Okay. But who no, hold on a second. Hold on. Who
exactly
these players? Board have spent, as Shane Gooner said, the board have spent 750 mil. He could get another 250 odd mil, to take him over £1 billion spend.
Well,
and what we're seeing for it.
You look at you go back to Ancelotti for a second. As big as a manager he is.
United, big up, Sam.
Yes,
if you haven't subscribe now. I don't know how your club, right, the worst season that you guys in 35 years is about to go into a Europa League final,
scambling, man,
trophy, and probably be more successful than us this season, or even, God forbid it, Tottenham. But anyway, we'll come back to that. Big up to you, Sam.
What I was going to say to finish is, look, the difference with the mentality at Real Madrid is, even if Ancelotti don't want certain man, they're signing him. Yeah. For example, Ancelotti is getting sacked. They're still signing Trent. Whoever the manager is, don't even know who the next manager is yet. Still signing Trent.
Yeah,
therefore, that tells me that the club buys players for the club, not the manager.
Yes, it's a club buy. Yeah.
And therefore, Arsenal, if you're saying Arteta's the one that spent all this money, well, then that mentality from upstairs is, well, whoever the managers will buy players for him, rather than we're going to buy the top talents for this club. And whoever's managing them will get the best out of him, and that's not what Arsenal have been doing. And that's what starts right upstairs.
What I would say where the board went wrong, right, or the hierarchy went wrong, is in the first place hiring this guy.
That's
where they went. That's where it's fundamentally where it's all gone wrong. That's the root cause. That's the root cause of why we are where we are today. Because if we're sorry, Big D, just I'll let you come in.
Go on.
If we'd gone in for a top quality manager at the beginning, we didn't give Unai Emery a chance, and I think Unai Emery is a better coach and manager than Arteta. Yeah, you only got to look at his accolades. Arteta's won 1 FA Cup, and that was with Unai Emery's men. Yeah, and then he likes to throw in on 2 plates, by the way.
Just about.
But like you know what I mean, Big D, sorry.
Well, no. This is what I'm saying. This one, you see, when he was hired, surely the board asked Pep for a reference. No, I'm serious because this is my thing, right? It's a job interview, so surely you go back to his old employers and say, "This is the guy we're looking at." You know what I mean? Can you endorse this? And Pep endorsed him, bro, to go there. Now, was Pep clowning because he said, I know I can outsmart this guy, so let him go to Arsenal and fill his boots? It's a bad one, Norm, but you have to look at it in most. I'm not saying that that's a footballing scenario, but in most scenarios in life, that when you go somewhere for a job interview and they get the job, they're normally going back to your old company to see what go on. Are you the guy that we should be pushing forward and giving a war chest? Because he has got 750 mil is a war chest. Now, there was strikers that he didn't fancy and said to the board, "Nah, I don't want him." Now is that on the board? And that's why the board have to buy for the club. I agree. This is what I'm saying about Ruben. Don't get him his players.
That's why
Man United players.
Thank you very much.
No, but hold on a minute. That's why Big Berta is coming now, because
that's a good start. This is where it starts.
The board have realised that Edu and Arteta are absolutely messed up. Yeah, too pally, and going for the wrong players. Right, we've got players on loan that are coming back. We ain't gonna get any money for these guys. We've got people that are injured. I mean, listen, he wanted what's his name? Kai Havertz, right? On 290,000 a week. Yeah, he bought him as a midfielder, not a striker. He bought him as a midfielder.
Right.
Yeah, he bought Calafiori, as a centre back, but playing him at left back. He bought Moreno as a number 8. he's now playing him up front. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that he's doing, he's winging it. As far as I'm concerned, I look at this manager and he just looks like he's just winging it, especially this season. Yeah. And yes, he's going to keep harping back to injuries and whatever. But if he was meant to do what he's meant to do in the summer, where he should have gone for a striker, who was linked with Sesko, he didn't go and get him in the end, and he decided that he's going to bring California.
This is where the director of football and the board need to be strong. They need to be strong. They need to go and get you.
That's on Edu for Tony.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. He was there for the taking.
He was already in London, so there's no unsettling him and his family. It's just a case of I'm just moving teams in London. It's a done deal. But it's his character. I don't want to manage his character. Manage the man's character, my youth. The man's a bag man.
And that is the problem. Arteta can't deal with big characters. No. You saw what with Aubameyang. I don't want anybody want to say. Aubameyang was a bad influence for the club. You need to learn. I'm telling you, Arteta couldn't manage the club, the players that Wenger had. He could never manage any of them because that man would grip him up.
You're joking.
That man would grip him up. Yes, they would grip him up and say, "Yo, sit down. You don't know."
In his own office as well.
We'll handle this.
So Berta now needs to come and build a team that any top manager can do good things with. And therefore, even if that manager needs to be sacked, it don't matter because these are not the ex-managers' players; these are Arsenal players. You understand? That's the difference in the top teams now. They've clocked that the manager thing. Unless you've been a manager in a club that has got accolades and body of work behind him, like Klopp was, like Pep has, where them man can kind of call kind of shots now because they've been here and they've won some stuff. Until then, until you've got that, you can't be calling a whole what do you call it? Autonomous type shots.
Yeah, autonomy.
You can't be working
on nonsense. But this is what I'm saying. Just what Norman said about your director of football. I expect Jason Wilcox in the summer to buy players from Man United, not for Ruben, because Ruben has showed me he cannot adapt at this moment in time.
No, one way of playing.
Because most of that first team at United go and play for their countries. We stinking up the joint under this manager, and I'm just like, how? You're supposed to be the guy. Forget about systems. You're supposed to be able to figure it out until other players come in.
But that is.
So Jason Wilcox, go work your magic for Man United.
Problem, but that's a systemic problem amongst especially these younger coaches. They're very stuck in their ways, in wanting to play one way, and so what happens is they're looking for a specific player to fit their system, and that's why the football you see this season and over a few years has been pretty much robotic.
It's not pure football. Norm.
Did anybody see Barcelona?
No, that's old school football. That's old school football.
That's old school football at its best. At its best. Some people go, defensively, Arteta's guys can listen. We can't put goals past these guys. Yeah, no. Even if we defend, we're supposed to be the best defenders or whatever. We will get slapped. Yeah. They don't mind letting it goals, but I'm telling you, the other end, they'll put the goals in the back of the net. That game last night was absolutely unbelievable, and fair play to Inzaghi's team because Inzaghi is known as a very player when you come player manager in terms of his style of football. Do you know what I mean? It's very kind of play defensively, low block and all of that. But
that pragmatic football.
I see Dumfries doing his thing. I'm seeing Mkhitaryan, 36-year-old Mkhitaryan, defensive midfielder.
Right, you imagine.
The average age is 28 in that club. Average age. Yeah. And what are they doing? Look what they're doing.
Still cooking.
Yeah, Barcelona. I mean, listen, they got a young team. Yamal, that guy,
special.
Yeah,
special. Nobody can talk to me about that guy.
No.
He is the top.
I'm playing without
best player in the world.
The man's 17.
Playing without no fear. At 17 years old. Yeah, you
can't even drive yet.
The things he does with the ball, you're thinking, where did you think of that? He can assist, and he can create. Everything. He's got everything. About kick with both feet, everything. You don't know what to do. How do you play against that guy? He's unplayable. Yeah, feel sorry for him. He didn't make it through. Inzaghi's team went through. And listen, if we do somehow manage to scumbag our way through tonight and get into the Champions League final, bro, I think it could get very peak for us. But listen, at least we're in the final. Anything could happen. It's the, as I say, toss of the coin sort of thing. Do you know what I'm going to say? But look, I'm going to move away from Arsenal because it's as what's the name say? Patrick what's the name says? It's Netflix FC when it comes to Arsenal. It's it's the next season. Patrick Everett, and it's like, bro, we're gonna see the same thing. But one thing I'm glad about is that Berta has come in, and as you said, Ez, that is a good move from the board because I think they've realised that Edu and Arteta have wasted money on the wrong players, and now Big Berta is going to come in and buy the players that he thinks that will fit the club's identity, and Arteta needs to adapt, and I think Berta is giving him a rope long enough.
Yeah.
I
think he's almost saying, now show us what you can do with these players. Yeah. Or I'm not gonna lie, there's 3 or 4 of my mates that I've worked with over the years that I can give a call.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I shouldn't even read this guy's thing because this man hasn't been on our show. I think even read it. I think even read it. Yeah,
you see this guy here, right?
The sad thing about it is that this man, is in the chat. Get yourself on here and show your face. About your giving thumbs up PSG. Look, the mad thing about it, guys. Let's segue us nicely into this. That two teams, Man United and Tottenham losing 19 games, Man United losing 16 games. The worst manager, 35 years in terms of your points tally. But you guys, are on the verge of being in a final.
Insane.
What did you guys do last week, D? Talk to me. What happened last week? You showed to cut D. You said last week, oh, bro,
I wasn't sure, Noms. Because, and the reason I'm not sure is because of what I'm seeing in the league all season. And not just under Ruben and the Eric as well. This hit and miss football.
But I hear that, D. But listen, let's leave Eric out of this. It's Ruben now. Yeah, let's deal with Ruben.
It's the same season.
Let's deal with Ruben. No,
it's the same season. Yeah? And the toxicity has stayed, unfortunately, because you have to remember, we didn't even have a new manager bounce. That's how toxic it's been in terms of players' mindsets and adaptability, coachability. And I'll chat to JP about this, right? Me and JP are very concerned about the Man United coaches because most of them are younger than some of our senior players. What are we doing here? And if you look at Sir Alex, right? Every 2 to 3 seasons, Alex has said, right, I'm flipping the script. Thanks, guys. I'm going with a new coaching thing. Just because these guys were good at Sporting doesn't mean they were ready for Man United. And I think this is what we're seeing. It's not just about the players. Because if you look at when Xerxes found form, Xerxes was still holding the bench. How? He's in form. How is he still a sub when Garnacho's stinking the joint up? This is all on Ruben. This is not on money spent. Whether he was promised anything in January, and I think you knew he wouldn't get anything in January. Remember, he's a good spokesman. And so I'm looking at Ruben, and he's already on fraud watch from me, Norm. Regardless of that,
I think you've been saying it for the past couple of years. You know what I mean?
Because this is what I'm saying, right? These players are not that bad. Our league position is ridiculous. You can't say you're Man United and you're looking at all these internationals that go off and play for their countries, but they can't hold a 1-0 lead in the Premier League. We haven't won back-to-back games or season, guys. Make that make sense. And what was it? Wolves went 6 games on the bounce.
6 games on the bounce.
Wolves, bro. Now, I'm a Midlands man, so I'm not even bashing the Midlands team, but I'm saying, come on, man. I'm not putting Wolves in the Man United bracket. I'm not delusional here, but I'm not putting them in the bracket. Yet they've done better than us in terms of getting games together, being consistent. We're not consistent. Now, if tomorrow these men go and score first, you're going to see some foolishness. These men are going to get bombed at 3-0 up. Because I've seen it. I've seen us just crumble. And sometimes get away with a draw. And
Leon comes to
exactly. You saw what we did in that Leon game. When that game was, in my opinion, was done and dusted, and then it wasn't. And then it was a scramble. It was a throw Harry up front, go long balls. Why aren't we going long balls anyway? Why every single time it's going to be played out from the back. All this stuff is just like, you're not Pep. Everyone wants to be Pep. Stop being Pep. Pep has mastered that. The amount of times we concede by trying to play out from the back with Onana and his digi self. You know what I mean? So I look at this, right, and I'm saying we're freeing a lot. And if you look at it, we actually scored first when it was even Stevens. And it was a very close call. I didn't think it was offside. But he disallowed it. And then the one on Rasmus, he sells it well. It is a foul? Is it a red card? I don't know.
Well, by the letter of law, it's the last.
Exactly.
Last
and
man,
so,
you got to go by that.
Even though there was a player to the side, he was slightly back. He wasn't quite level with them. So he sent him off. So you'd literally bet your hat on Bruno scoring penalties now.
But what I would say, one thing I can say about your captain, he turns up in important games.
He does. As much as he annoys me,
not
with
like
his whinging and stuff.
Not like
when Bruno goes to the penalty point, to the penalty spot, I don't go, I'm just like, Bruno, just do your thing, bro. And he does it. And so once that happens, I think, you know what, we're going to win this, because for me, I was happy to go there and get out with a 1-1 draw. But here we are. Now you can't go to your own backyard and fluff it. If we go and mess this up tomorrow at Old Trafford, then I'm looking at Ruben proper sideways bridging. I don't care. Because the thing is, I'm all about Man United now. I've lost faith in, the manager talks well and rare. Nah. I need to see you adapt and make this team. I'm not saying make this team contenders, but for next season, I don't know if you heard it. He's even bottling the Champions League group stage.
I was going to ask you this question. I'll put this one to Eds. Amorim's come out after, well, look, he's potentially on the verge of getting to a final. If he does get to the final, it could be a final between if we was a betting man, or if you look at the probability of Spurs and Man United on all English Europa League final. Who wins that final is, and whoever goes through, according to Amorim, he says even if he did get through and whatever, they're not ready to compete in the Champions League next season.
You cannot say that.
Why is he saying that? Why is he saying that?
You cannot say that.
What point is he trying to make? What point is he trying to make?
Don't get me wrong. He is trying to make a point, and it is a very encrypted...
just guys, sorry, because I'm about to. Am I seeing things? Wait.
Oh, have we got a visitor?
Yeah. Guys, I don't know. It could be. We have a thing of calling our captain Ghoster Guard. Yeah. I'm gonna call this guy Chili Guard. Yeah.
Me none of them names there. You understand?
He's got the right top on, no.
He's got the right top on. Bring up, man. Say it every time.
Yeah.
He's finally made it. He's finally made it.
That's redemption.
You know what?
I couldn't find the French top.
I thought the man did a transfer and went on a free somewhere else.
I've been busy, man, but I'm back.
Big up to you. Listen, big up to you, Chili. Listen, we're talking about this situation. I kind of mentioned it about your club and Big D's club. Worst season that I've seen in a long time. But you guys, one of you two is on the verge of getting into final. Now, listen, that little one goal what Bodo Glimt scored against you, you're going to be going over there on an artificial pitch. If you do make the final, or if Man United make the final, I was saying to Ez, if they make the final, Amorim's come out and start talking about, I don't think we're good. Why is he talking like that? What point is he trying to? I'll come to Chili in a minute. Ez, what point is he trying to make? Why he's saying something like that?
I think he's basically telling the club, get me my players. He wants his players. He wants to hide behind the fact that these ain't his players and therefore they can't compete. Let's have it right.
It's still the West.
No, D. Even though we didn't have a pre-season, let's call this his pre-season. Right? This whole.
Right.
I can hear some noise in the background.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know if it's coming from Chili's.
Yeah, I was watching Wonder Woman, man, and then you called me out. So
I messed up Chili's evening, man.
Wonder Woman enough. Come to Superman. Wonder Woman. What about Superman? You know what I mean?
But you can't say that. in United, you say these players need to decide if they are Man United minerals or not, and they need to be ready for next season, or they won't be here. You know what I mean? We'll bring some players that want to be here, and that know what it means to put on the shirt. That's the sort of lines he needs to say, even if he believes it or not. That's the standard United fans will demand. That there's none of this. We're not ready. What do you mean? You just spent how much money? What are you talking about? Same for my club. Same for my club buying kids. You know, a manager cannot come out and say them things. You just can't. But I'll tell you this, because I'm sure D and Chili will go. And Chili is shameless for that picture, by the way.
Absolutely shameless. Absolutely shameless. I tell you, this guy, you know. Oh, well, anyway.
I'm sorry, Chili.
The proper glory hunter. This guy's a
I'm
proper glory
going to
hunter.
send him a contract.
Yeah. Listen, D, I personally might even buy a Man United top if you're in the final versus Tottenham, because Spurs just can't win. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
They can't. D, I'm saying that they can't win it.
They can't win it.
D, I'm telling you now, right? If you let them win it, I'm coming to your yard, yeah, and you might just find all your tires punching.
No, this is my thing. This is my thing. If
we beat them like 3 times this season, that's light work.
Exactly, is what I'm saying. He's got the number there. But if we get to that final and lose to Tottenham, that fan base absolutely turns on Ruben. Trust me on that. He's done.
Would you if you lose against Tottenham, right, in the final, D, is that it? Is that Ruben's time over?
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at that, and people say you got to give him time, but it's not even about him coming in mid-season. It's about not adapting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't play the back three, but make it workable, bro. Because I think I said it last week, Norm. We're playing with literally 5 defenders, a holding midfielder, and a goalkeeper, and still conceding bare goals. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
This is about adapting. It's not about the back three because we were conceding with a back 4. So it's not about playing the back 3. It's about adapting, bro. Make us more compact. Play the players in the right position. Everyone knows that Bruno is better behind the ball instead of in front of the ball. But what you keep doing, playing Bruno in the 10 rather than playing Bruno in the hold in a double pivot. It's just these simple things that I'm saying this brother is not learning. And I don't think these coaches can step to him to say, yo, Ruben, listen, we've been trying this a couple of games now. It ain't it. I think they're just all on their tablets, afraid to kind of step to him and say, no, play him in the 6. He's still going to create from there. And these are just the simple fixes that when a player hits form, you bench him. What are we doing? Do you not want to win this game? And then you throw him on to work magic. And then you say to Harry, listen, man, just go up front. Was he going to hoof some balls up, get Bruno to hoof some balls up to you? See what happens. And Harry's like, yeah, man, boss, yeah, man, because Harry wants to play. So I'm not even knocking that. Harry going up front with Ahmad. Not Ahmad, with Kobe Minor. I'm not even knocking that stunt because he got us over the Leon line. But what I'm saying, it shouldn't have to come to that. If you play the players that, whatever spine we've got, Bruno's part of that spine. Play Bruno where he's most effective, but it's not in the 10. So that's the guy you're leaning on. That's the guy you're leaning on to work some Man United magic when the creativity has been very hit and miss because of the way Garnacho plays, the cutting and shoot, ignoring the overlap. He's done it with Dorgu. I saw him do it with Luke Shaw. Forget Luke Shaw, though. Shouldn't even bring his name up. He's a disgrace, man. I'm sorry, man. Wow. Yeah, that's not even... Human being, you're a human being, but as a footballer, I don't want to see him. He actually had the audacity to put the captain's armband on him at the weekend. Are you mad, bro? What was that? That's a slap in the face for the Man United fans. What? Like,
who's your vice captain, D?
I don't even know, bro. I can't tell you the vice captain. I don't know, because there was a point where I think it was Leacher until he got injured. I think.
Okay.
But
it's not Maguire, is it? It's not Maguire.
It might be.
It might be actually.
It might be Maguire, but there's no way you put the armband on Luke Shaw after the season is like. These are the things where even the board can't even talk to Ruben to say, Luke's been here a long while, but honestly, his availability is no ability. So, like, please don't Yeah, don't give him that. He could have given the captain's armband to Delete. Obviously, he got injured in the end, so he would have had to have been swapped to somebody else. But I just those little, for me, those little simple things where I say, remember I said to you last week, Norm, he's concussed. Some of the stuff he's doing, it's like, brother, are you conscious right now with that tablet in your hand? Because honestly,
he needs to take a tablet. He needs to take a tablet, mate.
If they score first tomorrow,
yeah,
and the fan base start getting digi, okay, you heard it first.
But look, I think you're all right.
Finish it, Norm.
Yours definitely set, D. You've got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I think just quickly moving over because I'm conscious of the time. But Chili, just quickly, with Tottenham. Listen, I mean, I know you've pretty much given up on your team, and to see them
giving up. I mean, we're gonna be champions of Europe. Giving up what? I'm backing my boys, man.
This guy, you know. If I was to just share the chat, our personal chat, everything is my job, so you know. But no, for real though, Chili, for real. Tottenham are on the verge of pretty much getting into a final, unless something crazy happens over in Bodo Glimp. They're playing. You're going to be playing on an artificial turf, so Astro turf,
which didn't work out well when we played Tamworth, did it?
Right. Tamworth, you know.
I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
So is there just a little bit of doubt in your mind because with them getting that goal and everything?
If they hadn't got that goal, then I would have said it's more or less done and dusted. But
I think you need to go there and I think you need to go there and score first.
Score first.
Whoever scores first is going to have the better game.
Oh, right. Fair play. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, fair play. But I mean, with that all saying that though, with your season is did you ever expect to be literally having 1 foot potentially in a final?
No,
by your team.
No. Right. So that's the only thing that's saving our season, really. Do you know what I mean?
Is it going to save Ange for you if he wins the Europa League?
That's a tough one because people are saying you can't sack the man if he wins the European Cup, which is kind of true. But then you've got to look at the league. Only West Ham and the relegated teams are below us. Wow. I think only the relegated teams have lost more games than us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would get rid of him personally. Try and get Poch back or go for the Bournemouth guy or...
Okay.
Even what's his name, Frank, or even
you're Frank from Brentford, Frank.
I'll tell you, both of them are good managers, you know, Chili.
Yeah,
both of them guys are good managers. Now the step up is big, as in the pressure of coming to Tottenham, coming to Old Trafford. But what they've shown is that they can do it without having to spend millions,
without having to spend 100 million on a player,
and having these teams compete. So it won't be surprising if either of them get their shirt tugged come the summer for a bigger job. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But let me just say this because
sorry, Dawn. Just before you carry on, hang on. I was talking in the other group and we were saying that Tottenham, United, and possibly Chelsea. You'd have to ask Ez will be in the market or should be in the market for a new manager. I'm not sure about Chelsea. I know that they're upset that they haven't solidified top 4 yet, but they haven't had a dreadful season. Not like us or United, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But Arsenal could end up having a dreadful season because we could end up dropping out.
You could end up 4th, man. That would make my bloody season.
4th and no trophy. And either Tottenham or Man United lifting a Europa League title. How crazy is that? And not only that, they will end up back in the top 4 after a disastrous season. That is just ridiculous. And not only that, it looks like Chelsea will complete the complete European trophy. Yeah. So once they do that, that's it.
They've won everything.
What could Arsenal say to them? Champions League twice.
You can say Invincibles.
Have you won the Europa League twice?
Isn't that your argument for everything? Invincibles. Tell Chelsea about the Invincibles.
Look, I'm not. Look, listen.
Now, Unity FC, Norm. Come on, bro. Unity FC. That's what you mean. That's okay, though. The thing is, he can still do it tonight, Norm. It's only 1-0.
He could.
It is against them.
Oh, the way they got played the other day, PSG it was like men against boys.
Yeah, I don't hold out any hope, but listen, we'll see what happens. Look, Declan Rice, let me just kind of finish it on this note that Declan Rice is saying, look, you know, he believes that he can go there and turn this tie around. You know, he says, as a matter of fact, Arsenal at its best, nobody can beat us. Well, we'll see. we will see. But listen, I'm going to just quickly share this. Big D, if you just want to just quickly just tell us where we're at with the Fantasy Premier League thing, and then I will share the Fantasy Premier League, not the Fantasy Premier League, sorry, what's going on Prediction League table, and I will be bringing this conversation to a halt. So quickly, D, if you want to just do that, because
just quickly. Actually, a low scoring week. The highest scorer was Dal Grady that stayed in with 57. That stayed in third. We're all still chasing Simon Jones. There's literally the Harley guy that we're not dealing with. Harley Ryder. That's the one actually he said is a bit dodgy. So he's there, but we're not really looking at him. So it still puts me in a Champions League position. In fourth, Jay is scored very low, but I know she's traveling, so she probably didn't upgrade her team while she was traveling or whatever, or switch her captaincy. Who's making progress? Ezzy's 10th now. Kofi don't care. Nor does Chile. 17th and 15th. But so it's still Simon Jones who we're chasing. You know, he got over 50 points, which is decent in a low scoring week. So yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Normski better at kart racing than fantasy. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I see that, Normski.
Did a little vlog. So check that out, man, and go and subscribe and share it around still. You know what I mean? Let me quickly now share the other table where that's kind of looking good for some people. It's looking good for some people. So here we go.
Really?
Am I only above JP?
Kofi's feeling. Kofi, what's wrong? You're twisting in your chair a bit. What's wrong with you?
Really?
No. Let me see that
why
clearly.
Why you listen? There's no VAR. There's no VAR for this. Yeah, stop.
Magnify the screen, bro.
Stop twisting in the chair. Yeah, stop twisting in the chair. What are you talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about,
brother?
Yeah,
Kofi got 5 Reginald, bro.
Listen,
yeah, I was gonna say Kofi went from getting like greens every week to pure red.
No, but you know the thing is,
who's bottling it now? Who's bottling it now?
Arsenal been doing me nasty. Arsenal been doing me nasty every week. They've been giving
why
me rotten results.
It's the same. Listen, JP is the same. Man United did do him nasty. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, them Reds are telling, boy.
They're rest, man. Listen, JP just come in the chat. Yeah, why did I turn up at this point?
Yes, JP.
Listen,
yourself,
guys, the chat. There's 3 games to go. JP, at least get a blue. At least get a blue, man. At least get a blue. Yeah, and yo, Bob, you know that, man. On my vlog, I don't do second. I told everybody I don't do second.
Unlike my club.
I like my club. You know what I mean?
but if you look at Kofi though, Norman, even with the Reds, like Kofi's got 19 outcomes.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's the thing.
Good.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You should be winning it, Kofi.
Consistency. I'm still going for my 36 points, guys.
Yeah, but listen, we people in the chat, we have to think of, because I'm not too sure whether JP is going to be able to get out of that 6th place. So we have to think of the forfeit for JP. What will be the forfeit? Last year, Big Ez, Money Ez had to nyam some chili live on the show.
You know the ones.
JP,
live on the show.
JP, get ready.
So JP, get ready. We have to think of something. Yeah, something that's gonna cause him pain.
Guys, I'm growing some chilies. I'm growing some chilies on my Norfolk farm.
What? No. Well, I want JP to wear an Arsenal top and sing North London Forever.
I think he should wear an Arsenal top and eat chili.
Yeah, that sounds nice. What do you think of that? We have to vote that.
Nah, wear Liverpool top and sing it.
But listen, we need to come up with something. So the chat, listen, when there's more in the chat next week, the week next, it's coming down. It's coming down. 3 games to go. Yeah, I can't see JP. No, there's no way. He's actually finished. Yeah, because there's 3 games left. The maximum he can get is 6 points. JP's done. You're done, JP. You're done. You're done.
No, if he gets all correct scores,
you can get 9.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, because remember, Chili's on. You're on 20.
You're on 20. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for Man City every week.
I mean, I should really take some points off you for a no show.
What do you mean?
But listen,
I don't have to show up and I'm still in there. Well, sort of.
But listen, people, I'm about to move from here. What did my man say? What did JP say? I ain't wearing no Liverpool or Arsenal. We will have something to say about that. Yeah, the chat will have something to say about that. Yeah, yeah. You worked for our rules. Yeah, our rules. Yeah, yeah. Ez had to Nyam Chili last year. Yeah, and it worked nice.
It's probably the most watched stream. He's probably got the highest views. You know what I mean?
So we will see. We will see. We will see. But people, I'm about to go on to the next stream, which is the live watch along. 20 minutes to go before kickoff, bro. It's gonna be peak. But listen,
hang on before you go. Let me get a prediction. Kofi, what do you think?
Okay, yeah. Quick prediction, and then I'll be ending the stream. End the stream, Dave.
2-1.
2-1 Arsenal.
Nah, PSG.
Your face sake.
Ez?
That's a hard one to call, that is.
I'm going 3-2 PSG.
I'm going to go 2-1 PSG. D?
Yeah, I'm going 1-1. Draw. Arsenal just
Norman?
1-1 draw. Arsenal go out on penalties.
If it's a 1-1 draw, you'll lose.
Oh, as in 1-1 over the
No, sorry. 2-1. 2-1.
2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. 2-1 Arsenal. Team.
2-1 Arsenal. Is that you, Norms?
He's got to back his team, man.
I've got to back the team. I've got to back
Arsenal.
I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Saka and Marino. No, I'm Saka and Marino.
We'll see. I think how we approach the game,
man. That's my boy. I love that guy.
We can't play on the back. We can't play on the back foot. We can't afford to play on the back foot. You know what I mean? Just can't.
You need to have a really good start, I think.
You need to give Nwaneri more minutes.
Nah, listen.
That's what I was thinking, you know. Nwaneri, and Saka.
I love to talk about it now, bro. I love to talk about it now. But man, that's got to set up his second stream.
Yeah, man. Do your thing, bro.
Yeah, so listen, people in the chat, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe and share. On the road to 1K. I'll say I'm doing the watch along straight after this. So I need to go and set up my stuff and everything. And yeah, look, I'm not holding out much hope, but listen, if we do, I'm gonna make some noise. Believe you me, I will be making some noise. But as it stands, I don't hold out much hope for Arsenal. But listen, it is what it is. But people, hit the like button, subscribe and share if you're new. And listen, we're out of here, and we'll see you on the next. If I can find the which I can't find it. Where's it gone? There
all right, guys, take care.
There it is. So bless up, people. Take care.
Yeah, man.
And I'll see you on the next What's Going On podcast show. Take care. But look out for the watch along straight after this. Take care.